Hello and welcome to Curriculum Night 2021-2022. My name is Randy McAuliffe and I will be your child's math teacher this year. A little about me. Like I said, my name is Randy McAuliffe. This is my 26th year of teaching in Walled Lake. I've spent 2 years at Walled Lake Middle School, which is now Geisler, and the past 24 years at Banks. I've been here since the building has opened. I've had the opportunity to teach math at all 3 grade levels. I've also been the math department chair, so I have a pretty good idea of what should be expected in our math program. I have 4 children ranging from 8th grade through college graduate. I enjoy coaching and have coached football, basketball, wrestling, and girls soccer here at Banks. I'm a big proponent of technology and showing students how to integrate technology in the classroom. So we will utilize it as much as possible in our math class this year. And I love working with middle school age students, probably because I'm just a big kid myself. My contact information is room 112. My email, as you can see on the screen, is my full name at wlcsd.org. Classroom voicemail 248-956-2310. And my prep hour is from 10:20 to 11:18 each day. Email is the best way to contact me, and I will respond within 24 hours. And if I have not, please send me a reminder in case I did not see it the first time. My classroom policies and procedures. This year we'll be working within the Google Classroom environment. Each day I will post our daily lesson, handouts, and classroom notes for students. This will provide students who may be absent an opportunity to follow us from home. If a student is absent, my expectation is that they can log in, check it really quick, maybe try to do some of the things that we're covering in class that day, or at least get an idea of what questions they may have when they come back so that I can help target an area that I can fix or help. I will also utilize my website for additional links and resources as we go out through the year. There's already links on there for all of the online books, as well as some other links that will help us in math class. My website is www.mrmcauliffe.org. My classroom rules are pretty simple. Be respectful to others and school property and be nice. I don't have a ton of rules and expectations with those. I just expect students to come in and be respectful, understand that we're all there for a purpose, and that purpose is to learn the lesson that day or the focus point for that unit, and to try to come in and have a good time and work through it together. Our math vision for Walled Lake Schools, as you can see on the screen, we believe in students engaging in activities that develop perseverance, communication, start to think at that higher level, and get them out of their comfort zone so they can take risks and learn from those mistakes. So there's going to be a lot of times where we are asking students to focus on the why. Understand how they got the answer, but why they got the answer the way they did, so that hopefully they have a deeper understanding of what we're covering. Math is more than just an answer. The kids who have been here for a couple years should understand that we're focused on trying to get them to understand some of these things that you see on the slide here, making sense of the problems and how they fit in the real world. Reasoning abstractly and quantitatively so that they can use this information and apply it not only just in our math class, but in future classes. And then understanding how to use appropriate tools, make arguments, and understand that the study of math and the reasoning behind a sequence of problem-solving skills. Our middle school program is CMP. In 6th and 7th grade, we'll focus on pre-algebra. In 8th grade, the focus is algebra. And we are really dedicated towards trying to get all of our kids ready for that algebra and algebra 2 and geometry at the high school level. Connected math teaches students multiple methods to help them understand efficiency, number sense, understanding concepts with formulas and how formulas apply in situations. It teaches skills with connections to the real world and the meaning to why we do things the way we do them. It's not a how-to. It's not a traditional math book that we grew up in as kids, where you have three examples and then you do 50 practice problems that are those examples. What we're trying to do is to teach through the application and understand that connection to the application. And a lot of it is student driven. Teachers will facilitate, they'll kind of guide them along and provide those opportunities, but students need to participate in order to get the most out of the program. In our class, we'll use guided notes, and some of that will serve as our opportunity to get that how to in completing our math work each and every day. The students that do not take those notes, I will try to upload those into Google Classroom as well, what we cover in class, because sometimes students can't follow along as quickly as what we're doing in class. So I try to digitize or scan those documents in and put them on the daily lessons so that everyone can have access to the notes. At home, the best way to help your child is to provide a place for homework to be done, a quiet place, providing materials for homework, paper, some graph paper, especially in 7th and 8th grade, and providing a time for homework, a routine. Complete answers with explanation. When you're monitoring that homework, make sure that the kids are writing in the explanations. This textbook is very, very high on explaining why. What is the reason why? And to help using these techniques. What part do you know? Where are you stuck? What questions can you ask your teacher tomorrow? Even if it's on a note card, if they don't feel confident or comfortable asking in front of everybody, sticky note card, hand it to me as they walk in, or put it near the front of my desk. So when I'm going over something or asking, are there any questions on the homework last night? The typical class, if we come in and we've had work from the day before, I'll ask them to get it out so that we can go over it, ask if there's any questions, and then we go over the assignment from the previous day. If there's no questions, then we move on to the next part of our lesson. But if there are questions, then we can address them and hopefully clear things up before we move forward. Our 8th grade topics this year are thinking with mathematical models, which is our current unit. Looking for Pythagoras, growing, frogs, fleas, and painted cubes, say it with symbols, and if it's in the system. Most of these units are algebra based, and they're going to be working on formulas, graphing, and looking at the different types of equations and the results of those equations, both as a graph and a table, and those relationships between the variable and the values. Grading in 8th grade will be using the following categories. Our benchmark assessments will be worth 35%. Our other assessments, which are made up of quizzes, checkups, performance tests, will equal 55%. And our homework, classwork, or practice is worth 10%. Most times I will give kids at least a week's notice of an upcoming quiz or test. That means that sometimes it'll be Monday where I've seen where we're going, and we will finish up with a quiz that week, and I'll tell them. I'll also post that in the Google Classroom environment. Typically, we have a quiz at the conclusion of each investigation, and I've told the kids that to be prepared. And for sure on benchmark tests, I will give them at least a week's notice and post that in Skyward as well. To finish, I have a short video here from our district that explains our high school calculus pathway.
Hello, my name is Ellen McDonald, and I am the K-12 Mathematics and Science Coordinator for Walled Lake Schools. I'd like to take a little bit of time to share with you the highlights of our high school mathematics pathways that are offered here in Walled Lake. As you can see here, we have two main mathematics pathways in our Walled Lake high schools. The first pathway is our traditional secondary pathway. This pathway encompasses beginning algebra, which is our 8th grade math course, algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, and other options for the 4th year of mathematics. This pathway follows the Michigan Merit Curriculum and meets the criteria for high school graduation. The other pathway that we offer is our calculus pathway. This pathway encompasses beginning algebra, which is our 8th grade math course, calculus path geometry, calculus path algebra 2, honors pre-calc, and it positions our seniors to take either of our AP calculus courses or IB mathematics. One of the most common questions that I hear asked is, how does my child get into the calculus path? In Walled Lake, all students that wish to enter the calculus path have the opportunity. There are 2 ways to enter the path. At the end of 8th grade, all available data is used to determine which students have demonstrated mastery of the middle school curriculum. The students that have demonstrated mastery on multiple data points are automatically placed into the calculus pathway. Students that are not placed into the calculus path but wish to can complete a summer module before their 9th grade year. Upon successful completion of the module, which means an 80% in the course and an 80% or higher on the exam, can also be placed into this pathway. Placement letters will be sent to your family in early June to notify you of which pathway your child will be placed into. Another common wondering is, how does this work? How does my child get Algebra 1 in the calculus pathway? The reason that we are able to offer the pathway is because of the overlap in 8th grade standards and the Algebra 1 standards. As you can see in this diagram, there is significant overlap between the standards and topics that are taught in beginning algebra, which is our 8th grade math course, and Algebra 1. Students that are placed into the calculus path have already demonstrated mastery of a large majority of the Algebra 1 standards. The standards that haven't been taught to mastery yet will be taught in the calculus path geometry or the calculus path algebra 2 course. This is a more detailed look at how the skills and concepts are taught throughout our calculus pathway. If you'd like to know more about our topic alignment, this document can be found on the District Mathematics website. You can access this website by going to wlcsd.org, then click on the Academics tab, then Mathematics, then Calculus Path. Our Geometry Calculus Path course, which is the 9th grade course in this pathway, has been revisioned and revamped for the 21-22 school year. We have adopted new curricular resources and will be using them in the course beginning with the 21-22 school year. CPM, or College Preparatory Mathematics, has a uniquely designed program. The geometry course has the foundational algebra skills woven into every lesson. Each lesson in the geometry course has a geometry component and algebra review embedded within it. Additionally, we have added additional chapters that cover quadratics so that the students in this pathway will have all of the necessary algebra content woven into the Geometry Calculus Path course. Again, the design of this course within CPM, or College Preparatory Mathematics, supports algebra development every single day with the review and preview problems. There are also many other supports built into the program as well, including homework help and just-in-time review of algebra topics. If you'd like to know more, please contact your child's beginning algebra teacher or their 8th grade math teacher, myself, Ellen McDonald, or check out our district math website. Thank you so much for your time.
And with that, that concludes tonight's presentation. Thank you for watching. I look forward to a great year. Please reach out if you have any questions after viewing this, and I'll do my best to get you the answers you need.